do you get when you combine very low self-esteem, an obsessive compulsive desire to be liked, and crippling anxiety? No, seriously, what do you call it? If we could give it a name, it would make future discussions about this a lot easier and probably save me a lot of time in future. A war inside. I apologize for my anxiety. Hey guys, in this video I'm going to go a little bit more in detail of anxiety, more particularly the way I handle anxiety, what I go through. Now, obviously, very important disclaimer to start this all off. I am in no way a psychologist. I've got no psychological training. I'm just purely going to be explaining what I go through, what goes through my head and with my experiences. Anxiety is, to be put blunt, a cunt. It's one of the most frustrating things I've actually had to deal with in my life. It's something that I know no matter how much better I get, no matter how much more of an understanding I have of it, I'm probably always going to be fighting these battles and I'm always going to be encountering these issues. I say this because I've come such a long way in so many ways when it comes to how I perceive myself and how I feel about myself, but I still find myself falling down to those same traps that I had when I was at my lowest. The thing about anxiety that I've got is it creates a perfect storm with my low self-esteem and, like I said at the beginning, my obsession to always be liked and to make sure that I don't rub people the wrong way and that they view me in a certain light. This leads to a spiral effect where I will find myself feeling like I may have done something that may have annoyed them or bothered them, and I then feel like I have truly hurt and let them down, or I've truly put them and their life at a disadvantage, and that I have truly been an inconvenience or a burden to them. And then suddenly I think, crap, I must be the lowest person in the world to them. They must think so little of me. They must think I'm a piece of shit. So I then suddenly start thinking that I need to make it up to them. I need to apologize. This then leads to me apologizing again and again and again. Yeah, that's the fun part. You see, I will put myself in a mindset where I will go on this long winding tangent in my head that I fucked everything up. This person doesn't like me. They hate me. They want me out of their life forever. And I'll start putting myself down in my head thinking, holy crap, this person that I've been friends with for years and years and years and years, this person that I've grown up with, this person that I plan on marrying soon, has now viewed me in a different light because of something that I've done, and it's all over. I start feeling sick to my stomach. I suddenly get like queasy and nauseous, and just 1,000 things run through my mind, and all I want to do is apologize to them. I want to make it right. I want to, in some cases, fucking buy them a gift or something just so they can understand that I didn't mean to hurt them. And then when I finally gather the nerve to speak to them, they say, what? I didn't even realize that there was a problem. You did nothing wrong, or I'm not bothered, or hell, even if I did do something wrong, they're already over it and they don't actually care. And the problem with that is I then feel like I need to ask, make sure everything's okay. And then I ask, and then they act like I'm crazy. Then in my head, I'm like, oh fuck, sorry about that. And then I realize I'm apologizing for my apology. And then my apology is making me think, am I bothering them by apologizing so much? And suddenly I spend more time saying sorry than I am actually talking to this person about anything else. And then I'm like, well, if I'm apologizing for this, have I bothered them with my apology? And then how to make up for that? And then it starts spiraling, thinking, I can't even apologize to this person and they're still bothered. And then I might not see them for a few days or a few weeks. And then this whole time in my head, I'm thinking, do I speak to them? Like, I need to reach out to them to make sure it's okay, because if I'm not going to see them for weeks and weeks and weeks, that's just going to stew in my head. I'm going to be thinking up until I see them again, do they hate me? Do they like me? Have I thrown it all away? And then I finally do see them again. And then I get nervous about seeing them because I'm thinking, well, last time we spoke, I rubbed them the wrong way. I bothered them. It was contentious. What if I apologize the moment I get the chance? And then as I'm thinking about apologizing, I then think, what if it's okay? What if it's okay? What if I went to apologize and then it realized that there was nothing wrong, but then because I'm apologizing, I must have done something wrong. So then they look for something that I've done wrong. Sorry, I know that was a lot of just shit being thrown against the wall just then, but what I'm trying to say is anxiety makes no fucking sense. I didn't realize I had it, obviously, until pretty recently, but then once I realized I had it, I pieced so many things in my life together to realize that I've had this for a while, and there are so many interactions I've had that have made no sense, that I look back and think, how was any of this the way for it to go? Why was this the way I reacted? Why was this what was on my mind? Only for me to realize that's what this shit does to you. A crazy thing I learned about anxiety is if there is a 1% chance, less than 1%, if there's like a 0.1% chance of a negative outcome or something not going the way that not only suits you, but there's a slight chance of it going a way that is directly detrimental against you, in your head, no matter what percentage it actually is, it's a 100% chance. No matter what could possibly go right, only the wrong is going to happen. Now, none of that makes any form of sense, but at that same time, the moment that thought of those negative things hit my head, that is the only way it can go. There is no other imaginable way that could go except for that. This will lead to situations where people will avoid making phone calls. So there's a common thing where people that have even just a social anxiety are like, I don't want to call this person. I don't want to start this conversation. I don't want to send this message. Other people who don't go through this are like, why the fuck would you just not call them? What? Because in your head, you're thinking, well, there's a million ways this conversation can go wrong. And even though there's way more chance of it going exactly the plan and the way it's meant to go, and no one's even going to think twice about it, in your head, you've already had that awful conversation. This will also lead to scenarios where people will try and take the path of least resistance. This is situations where you think, I need to talk to someone about this thing, and it is not going to go well. If I have this conversation, if I say what I feel like needs to be said, it's going to spiral out of control. It's going to go bad. It's going to lead to an argument, and it could potentially, in my head, ruin the friendship. Even when it could be something as simple as you answering a question that they've asked you, and your answer is going to be negative. Now, logically, these people that you may have known all your life and they've given you an option. So you answering that and giving that option will, it's an option they've given you. So how could it be a negative thing? But in your head, you're like, no. I need to do the thing that's exactly what they want. And if they do not do it that way, everything is over. It's all fucked. This will lead to a common scenario where people literally would ignore the question. They would literally ignore these people. They would literally, ironically, shut people out and not even answer them at all, actually pissing people off, all because they had a fear of pissing people off. I've done this a lot, and I am trying to get better at it, where I'll be put in a situation where, I'll be honest, it's typically in a group chat where everyone's planning on doing something. They all want to catch up and go out one night or go to someone's house. It could be literally on that day. And I'm like, well, I can't. I generally can't. I feel like I'm not able to do this. So I will just not reply. I won't say no, because if I say no, I'm being antagonistic. I'm being negative. I'm putting it all down. So I don't reply, which in my head is like, well, I mean, I could just, I didn't see it. I didn't know. Problem is, this of course leads to me ignoring invitations to things. It's leading to me ignoring a conversation that my friends are having, and suddenly I've actually boxed them out, and I've now done something wrong. I've now done something that I didn't want to do, and I've actually now given them a genuine reason to be bothered, which of course in my head I know is the wrong thing to do, but then I'm thinking, well, I've already fucked it up. I now can't talk to these again, or it's going to get worse. And the thing that I actually did wrong, I've still made worse in my head, because at any stage now I can just jump in and plead my case and say my side of exactly why I reacted the way I reacted, or in the literal case, didn't react. But I still think that letting it go and ignoring it is better. And the irony, of course, is me trying to not create any drama genuinely creates drama that I probably deserved. It's it's a lot of fun being in my head. I'm not gonna lie. It's always an adventure. And yeah, what I've found through all this is I will spend more time of my life apologizing to people about things that I don't need to apologize for. I start saying sorry so much that my apologies start to lose meaning, and I start to feel like me apologizing is bothering them. And in some cases it is. So of course the only way I know how to fix that is by apologizing again and again. And suddenly all I do is apologize to people that I didn't annoy, to the point that I annoy them, and then I apologize for annoying them, and their cycle continues. I don't have a solution, by the way, in this video. There's no, hey, this is what you do to fix that. This is what I did to fix that, because I'm still going through this all the time. I'm always having this mental battle. I'm always in this position where I feel like I am doing wrong by people, even if I'm not. So I then need to do right by people who I never actually did wrong. And then of course I'm thinking, am I doing right enough by them? I then start ignoring people out of fear of a negative conversation, which then leads to me ignoring people, or I go out of my way to overcorrect and try and make things right, and then I start feeling sick to my stomach because I'm thinking, am I fucking this up too? I know I'm not the only person like this. I know a lot of people that go through something similar. If you are someone that goes through this, all I can say is you're not alone. It fucking sucks. It's not easy. I want to say it gets easier. The worst thing you can tell someone about this is that it's all fine, because they know logically it's all fine, but at that point in time, they know that it is not fine. Not know as in they actually, something is not fine, but trust me, you cannot convince them otherwise. So if you're one of those people, just know that you're not alone. I'm there too, and a lot more people than you probably know are currently also there. I want to say it's normal, but what I can say is you can still lead a normal life, and you don't always need to apologize, even though I know at that time it's the only thing you want to do. If you're not one of those people, maybe this can help you see that person that keeps apologizing, that person that gets shy and doesn't know how to respond to events or how to answer a question a particular way, so they don't want to talk to you on the phone and they don't reply to your messages. Just know that it's not that they don't like you, it's not that they don't care, it's just that they don't want to let you down, and they feel like doing nothing is the easiest way to go. They don't want to be saying no, but they also don't want to set any false hope. Just remember that those people that you think don't care might actually care a whole damn lot. Alright guys, this is going to be a quick one. I know there was a bit of a rant at the beginning where I sort of went 1,000 miles an hour about 100 different things at once. I'm going to try and clean that up a bit. So if you've made it this far, thank you for not bailing on the video, and I'll see you next time.